Hello, friends. So, for this episode of CX Riot Radio, this is all the material that I did for Customer Service Week 2024. So, enjoy, and as always, roll that beautiful bean footage. Yeah. Welcome back to Customer Service Week 2024. That's right, it's been a year since the last Customer Service Week, which is always the first full week of October. That's pretty cool. Seems like it was only yesterday that we were celebrating Customer Service Week. And honestly, I don't think it should be a week. I think it should be every day. So, what is Customer Service Week? Customer Service Week is the week of the year that we celebrate customer service. Not just the art and the act of it, but the people that perform it day in and day out. These are our frontline employees, the true heroes of the company. And these are the people in the contact center, these are the people in dispatch, and these are our people out in the field every day who are face to face or voice to voice or screen to screen with our customers, with our clients. And they deserve every ounce of praise we could ever express. They are the unsung heroes in this organization. So, customer service is not a department. It is a culture. A company that has a culture of customer centricity is a company that will never fail. When we put the customers at the top of the pyramid, we cannot lose. There's a few reasons for this, which we'll be covering this week. And there's a few tricks and there's a few pitfalls to avoid, right? But we'll be covering all of that this week. This is just the introductory video. This is just to whet your appetite for what is to come. So, dealing with customers can be many things. It can be rewarding. It can be fun. It can be frustrating. It can be downright aggravating, depending. Especially if you find yourself having to clean up other people's messes or make up for the reputation of your entire industry, right? So, some days you're the hero in customer service, you're fixing problems and saving the day. Other days, you're the villain, caught in the crossfire of the customer's frustration. But the thing is, it's all in how you handle those moments that defines your character, your team's character, and your company's character. How the customer perceives you, how their experience is 100% in your hands. A rock star customer service agent can make up for a technician being late. Right? A rock star dispatcher can make up for a customer service rep getting one digit of the address wrong or misspelling a last name. A field technician can make up for a lackluster experience on the website, and so on and so forth. Right? So, for the people in the contact center, you got those people, fielding calls, emails, chats, everything. They're the first line of defense, the ones who have to calm down the angry customer before it goes over to hero care. They have to resolve the scheduling issues. They have to apologize for things that are outside of their control. And they have to do it all with a smile. And I know that not enough people appreciate how hard that is sometimes. Then you have dispatch. They're the brains behind the operation. They're coordinating technicians, scheduling appointments, making sure the technicians get to the appointments and to the right appointments, and making sure that everything runs smoothly from the time the appointment is booked up until the time the appointment is finished. Hero Care, you're there to step up when things go wrong, when the customer experience fails. And when the customer experience fails, that's where you shine. That's when you become the hero. Our field technicians, you're the ones who go out there and get your hands dirty. Out there in the elements, in the heat, in the rain, in the traffic, just to get the job done. Let's show them some appreciation this week. Let's show them what heroes they are. They are the contact center, dispatch, hero care, and our technicians are the front line, the backbone, the heart and soul of the company. So, let's collectively come together and sing their praises. Not literally. Most of us, and I've heard most of us, don't have the best singing voices. That's okay. All right? But help me ring in Customer Service Week. If you can be so kind, send me a story of someone going above and beyond with their customer service. I would love to hear it, and I would love to share it. So, I'll be seeing you all this week. Happy Customer Service Week 2024, and here's to you. and good morning, heroes. I'm David. Most of you know me. Most of you have not seen me without a hat. But here I am, in all my hatless glory. Alright, so it is Customer Service Week, and every day this week I'll be releasing a very short video about customer service and celebrating customer service. Sound okay? Good. If you clicked on this, thank you. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about drivers of customer disloyalty and how to correct that. How to not do those things. How to not drive disloyalty. So, what are the drivers of customer disloyalty? Well, here they are. Right here. These are the drivers of customer disloyalty. Repeat contacts, channel switching, transfers, having to repeat information, the hassle factor, generic service, and complex policies and processes. So, let's put this a different way. Here is it again. All right, so these are the drivers of customers' disloyalty. If a customer has to call back to get an update, they have to switch communication channels. Wow. They're transferred to different departments. If they have to repeat themselves, say their story again and again. If they get robotic, monotonous service, right, where there's no inflection in the person's tone and they sound like a robot like this and there is no emotion in this and there is nothing I can do, I apologize, bye. Stuff like that. Or if policies and processes create friction and any other perceived hassle factor gets in the way, customer loyalty plummets. And we don't want that. The best customer is a lifetime customer. It is a customer that will use us again and again and again, and then refer us to their friends and family. That's why knowing what our Net Promoter Score is so important. We need to know how we're being perceived by our customers. And that's what the Net Promoter Score is, and that's what it measures. All right. The only question asked for the Net Promoter Score is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you be to recommend us to your friends and family? 9 and 10, awesome. 7, 8, maybe. If I had to, right? The other numbers, and it's not 1 to 10, it's 0 through 10. I messed up. That's okay. We're just talking. All right, if it's 0 through 6, they ain't going to recommend you to anyone. So, how do you get to that 9 and 10? The first step is not doing any of those things that I just mentioned, right? If a customer books a job, and then they're told that a dispatcher will be following up shortly with more information about their appointment, right? That's the easiest example I can think of. And then some time goes by and they haven't gotten a call. So they have to call back in. Right there, right out the gate, that trust is broken. And if they have to call back in, it increases the customer's effort in doing business with us. And let me tell you, the customer should have to expend 0 effort to do business with us. It should be easy. It should be frictionless. It should be so easy to book an appointment and to get a service technician out there that a toddler could do it if that were legal. right? Or a mother could ask a 5-year-old to, hey, book this appointment for me. Tell me when the technician's going to get here, right? That easy, right? And yes, we all want to speak to adults, and we have to. And there does have to be someone over the age of 18 on the property, preferably the homeowner. But as an example, that's how frictionless it needs to be for the customer. And repeat and having to call back in to get an update on the status of their appointment already ruins that. Already brings that trust level down and raises that disloyalty factor. The next one is channel switching. And that's like when somebody chats in or emails in, and the person who's answering that instantly says, call us. Hey, you want to book this? You have to call us. I'm not going to help you over this. And if I had $1 for every marketing consultant or marketing manager that I've met that said, no, this is what you have to do. You have to ask them to call you and demand it. Don't help them over this medium. If I had $1 for every one of those, I'd have like $10, which honestly isn't a lot of money, but it is a lot of times that many people have been absolutely critically wrong. You have to meet the customer where they are and how they want to communicate. It's one of the reasons the contact center asks, hey, do you prefer communication through phone call or through text message? If it's through phone call, dispatch has to call them to set up the appointment. If it's text message that they prefer, which is about 30% of our customer base, then text message through Service Titan or through our whatever means is good, right? You can text them. That's fine. Awesome. So, but 70% do prefer a phone call. That might be the demographics of our customer base. It might be that people still want to talk to a human being. Who knows? All right. So the other ones were transfers. So if a customer calls in and needs to be transferred to accounting or to, any other place, dispatch included, or even Hero Care, their disloyalty factor goes down, or their disloyalty goes up, which is down. There you are. All right, repeating information. This is why notes are so important. Every time that you speak with a customer, it needs to be notated. Yes, the call is recorded, but when you're talking with a customer, it's a lot easier, a lot faster, a lot more efficient, a lot better to be able to read notes than what's the alternative? You have two. You have two alternatives. You have, hey, let me put you on hold for a moment while I listen to this 5-minute call. Or maybe even worse, you ask them to repeat what they said to the previous person they talked to. That's ridiculous. So, generic service is a very, very easy to understand one. It's when, the service is monotonous. The voice isn't human. A AI bot could have done the same thing. This is why one of the worst things a person over the phone can be called is a form fill or an order taker, right? When there's no emotion, there's no empathy, there's nothing. They sound like a robot. They sound like they've done this 100 times before, and they're just kind of bored, right? So, no. Anybody who speaks with a customer, regardless of position, needs to have inflection in their voice, needs to have emotion, needs to have empathy, needs to be a human being. The hassle factor. How hard is it to do business with you? How hard is it to reach someone from your company? How hard is it to reach the right person in the company? You keep the hassle factor low. You keep the disloyalty factor low. Then, complex policies and processes. This is a back end thing. This is the frontline customer service employees usually have no say over this, right? But if there's a complex way that a customer has to go through hoops to make a payment, right? Or to get a copy of their invoice, or this, that, and the other, you're going to have a bad time. And that's okay. It's not, though. Those are the things that cause customer disloyalty. And customer disloyalty equals not good. Okay? That's all. Customer loyalty, good. Customer disloyalty, bad. Customer churn, awful. Repeat customers, awesome. That's really all I had to say with this, right? But those are the drivers of customer disloyalty. Those are things that we need to correct if they are present, and we need to correct them soon, as in now. That's right. That is the way to retain customers. That is the way to make it so that customers come back, that they give us those 9s and 10s on the Net Promoter Score survey. That is what's going to lower marketing costs, so those marketing costs can be reinvested into other things, maybe more marketing, which will result in more calls, right? Or more leads. So there you have it. So this has been the first day of Customer Service Week, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, welcome to day 2 of Customer Service Week. How you doing? How was your first day? I'm hoping it was really good, especially if you're in customer service. So, let's go and talk about something that matters a lot when it comes to customer loyalty and customer perception, and that is the peak end rule. Peak as in mountain peak, and end like the end rule. So what is the peak end rule? Well, the peak end rule, honestly, is a very simple concept if you think about it. So human beings don't think logically. Human beings are creatures of emotion and creatures of perception. And so they don't remember experiences in a linear, logical way. They remember the emotions of an experience. They remember how good or bad it made them feel, and they remember how it ended. Period. Okay? So, with this, we can extrapolate, and as long as the peak is high enough and positive enough and it ends on a good note, you can win customers for life. I'm going to give you an example, and that example is Disneyland, right? Pretty popular place, I've heard. A lot of people like going there. Now, if you asked, let's say, just a mom, right? A mom of 2 kids, and you asked her 2 weeks after she went to Disneyland how her trip to Disneyland was, right? That answer is going to be a lot different than if you were asking her every half hour or even hour of her experience, right? You could imagine the asking the every half hour to hour would go something like this. The lines are really long. It is really hot out. My kids seem to be having fun. Oh no, now they're crying. Now they're hungry, and this stale pretzel is $10. Why is this pickle $20? I don't know how much the pickle is. It's an example, right? Or why can't I get seating at this restaurant so I can get my kids some mac and cheese? Because they're hungry. They're not going to eat the stuff, but you got to do what you got to do. Oh, look at that. Other kids are crying. Oh, I'm packed like sardines trying to get onto this one ride. I've been waiting 2 hours to get on this one ride. Oh, and the ride's over. It's been 30 seconds. At least my kids are having fun. Oh, they're crying again. Right? As opposed to if you ask that same person with the same experience 2 weeks later, what would be the response? If it's like most people and just reading Disneyland's reviews and, having gone there myself and stuff, it would be something more akin to, it was a great time. My kids had a lot of fun. The rides were very fun. And that fireworks display at night and the parade, mwah, I will go back. So you see those two reactions of the same event are completely different. And that's what the peak end rule explains. So if we bring it up here, this way, okay. This is what it looks like, right? For our memories of events, good or bad, what matters most is the peak and the end. Pretty simple stuff, right? Don't have to get into it more than that. So, how do you create a positive peak and a very, very positive end? Well, there's multiple ways, right? And it all depends on who the customer is and how well you get to know this customer. How do you get to know this customer? You talk to them. Seems like a novel concept, right? And then you personalize the experience. You make the experience about them. You don't make the experience about your services or your product. You make the service about them. You make the entire interaction about that customer, and you do it in a non-creepy way, right? Where everything that you do for that customer is for the benefit of that customer. Chances are, and that chance is huge, that you just won a customer for life. If you provide that really high peak and that really, really great end, sky's the limit, right? And that right there, that is how you win customers for life. And once you get customers for life, you don't really need to worry about your bottom line that much, right? If you just keep repeating that, right? If you keep repeating the peak end rule and you make every encounter and interaction with your company about the customer, you're going to win a lot more than you're going to lose customers. Now, there is a stat out there that says automatically right off the top, 20% of your customer base never going to use you again, right? And that may be true, right? That might be true. But it doesn't have to be true. One of the best, most useful, competitive advantages out there is your customer service. Hands down. It's one of the only things that you can really control, that you really have a say in, right? The market decides prices for the most part, right? Most companies in the same industries all do the same service. And then if you try to compete with prices, it's just a race to the bottom, and you don't want to do that because that's a losing game. But what you can do is you can increase and you can improve your customer service until you are unmatched in your industry. Period. This is one of the tools that you can use to do that. There are other tools that we're going to be discussing in the other videos this week. But this right here, once you understand it, once you wrap your head around it, and it is a simple concept, but it's not easy to execute. And it's especially not easy to execute consistently. But once you get that, once you nail this, once you systematize this without making it robotic, you got it. You have it. You are winning. So that was day 2 of Customer Service Week 2024. Yeah. I'll see you next time. Man, I don't know. I didn't see you there. Hi, welcome back to day 3 of Customer Service Week. I hope you're having a great week, especially if you're in customer service. Are you in customer service? Why else would you be watching this? That's crazy. It's nuts. Thank you. But anyway, today we're going to pass the baton for a little bit to our good Uncle Shep. Who's Uncle Shep, you may be asking? Well, Uncle Shep is Shep Hyken. Is he an actual uncle? I don't know. I don't know much about the dude other than the fact that he is a dude. He is a customer experience expert. He's bald. And he likes to do magic tricks. No, not like Voldemort. The heck? That's crazy. That's rude. Why would you even think that? Disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. Can't believe you would think that. Alright, so let's watch one of his videos. Oh my gosh, where am I? There I am. Okay. We're going to watch one of his videos. And then we're going to talk about this video. So let's not waste any more time. Okay? We're already like 3 minutes in.
Hi everyone, it's Shep Hyken here, customer service and experience expert, and
Don't think it.
today I'm going to talk about how to be amazing. Now, the concept of creating customer amazement has been a foundational concept I cover in almost every one of my customer service keynote speeches. I've always preached that to be better than average all the time is the key. Now, while I've thought a lot about this over the years, lately I've been trying to make it even simpler for people to understand. So to do that, you must understand the 3 ways you can be amazing for your customers, including your internal customers, who are the people that you work with. So here we go. Number 1, over the top. Now, this is about going over the top or above and beyond with an experience. And it's impossible to make every interaction you have with a customer the most incredible experience they've ever had. So an over-the-top experience happens just on occasion. It falls into your lap. It's a complaint or a problem where you get to step up and do something special, or it's an opportunity to surprise a customer. So these happen every once in a while, but not every single day. Number 2, a little above average all the time. Now, I've been preaching about this for years, actually decades. This puts the concept of customer amazement within the capabilities and reach of everyone in an organization. Simply be a little bit better than average all of the time. And I'm talking just a tiny bit above average. Calling them back a little quicker than they expected and meeting and exceeding ever so slightly other simple and basic expectations. That's all it takes to make customers appreciate.
This is almost, kinda, sorta what our customers see when they're about to leave a review. Just thought I'd throw that out there. That and what was this bro going through? What was he going through? I mean, why is he talking like that? He was very, very animated. I need to find out where Lord Shep Hyken gets his stock footage from. I like it, especially that guy. A lot of energy there. Let's continue with the video, okay? Okay, let's do it. Where was I? Okay, right about here. Okay, there we go.
So slightly other simple and basic expectations. That's all it takes to make customers appreciate doing business with you. And when the slightly above average experience is consistent and predictable, the customer loves you because they can count on the experience happening again next time. And number 3, meeting expectations all the time. Now, this is the addition to my list. In the past, I focused on my second concept, above average all the time. I'm making it even easier. Being even the slightest bit above average is great, but how about just doing what's expected? But again, all the time. It doesn't even have to be a little above average, just as long as it meets the customer's expectations. A simple example of this is returning a phone call or an email. People expect you to do so in a reasonable period of time. Do that all the time, and they expect it, appreciate it, and keep coming back for more. So over the top can happen once in a while. So take advantage of those opportunities when they come. Above average and meeting expectations is about consistency and predictability. If you've been following me for a while, you may remember that I emphasize the word always. When your customers are using the word always followed by something positive that is expected, you're operating in an all-the-time zone, which means your customers will often give you high ratings and sing your praises. My point is that being amazing isn't that hard. It's about paying attention to details. And now I've made it even easier. Just do what is expected. When you consistently do what the customer expects, they will say they are amazing. And my favorite line, I'll be back. Well, I hope you enjoyed this short lesson. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Shep Hyken reminding you to always be amazing.
Puerto Rico.
Thanks, Uncle Shep. That was very helpful. Thank you. All right. So, as Uncle Shep was saying in that video, the important thing is being consistent, right? Being consistent all the time, which is like the definition of consistency, right? When you're something all of the time. So, and what should you be all of the time? Above average. There we go. Why would you want to be average? That seems a little weird. And you want to meet the customer's expectations at all times, right? Every single time. This goes back into the things I talked about in the last 2 days of customer service week, right? Consistency is what ties everything together, right? What makes an experience worth having, especially with a brand or a company. The consistency. Like, you wouldn't want to go to a fast food restaurant where this location of the restaurant has burgers and fries and a $1 milkshake deal, right? But the one 3 blocks away, because that's the way it is, I guess, only serves spaghetti, right? That's weird. Why aren't they consistent? Why don't they have consistent items? Why don't they have consistent service? And more alarmingly at all, those places where you go into and you don't know what kind of experience you're going to get because they're that inconsistent. I'm talking about like Dunkin' Donuts type inconsistency here, where either it's the best thing you've ever put in your mouth, coffee-wise, or it tastes like dirty dishwater. There is no in between, and it's every single Dunkin' Donuts location ever. I don't know why. I used to manage one. It was the same thing. Coffee is brewed the exact same way each and every single time. So you would imagine it would be consistent, right? No. We have to rise above that New England coffee chain that has spread to the West Coast. We need to be consistent. Consistently above average. And like Uncle Shep said, right? Like he said, going above and beyond and knocking the socks off and knocking the experience out of the park is awesome. It is fantastic. It is what you should strive for. But it doesn't happen often. What does happen often is what you do consistently. And if you're consistently meeting expectations, the customer's expectations, and then slightly exceeding them, just slightly, that will put you above everyone else. And that is a competitive advantage that no one can take away from you unless they go a little bit more, right? But then you have to go a little bit more, and then it's just a game of winners. So, I hope you enjoyed this Uncle Shep thing for Customer Service Week. I like Uncle Shep. Shep Hyken, Lord Voldemort, the Master from Buffy. And I don't mean any disservice or disrespect for it. It's just that all bald people look the same to me. Sorry, Joe. I'll see you tomorrow for day 4 of Customer Service Week. Hey, it's Customer Service Week, day 4. That's right. We're already on day 4. It seems like just yesterday we were on day 3. Crazy how time flies, especially during Customer Service Week. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just a bro. So, I'm just a dude. So, today we're going to talk about something. We're going to talk really quickly about how customer service, at least for now, is a human thing. It's a human game. Now, there are a lot of people, mostly vendors for AI companies, who say that customer service will eventually be taken over by AI and human interaction will now be no humans involved, right? So the voice assistants of the customer will be talking to the voice assistants of the company, and the customer and the company never have to talk to each other ever, right? That's what people are saying, right? People are selling. That's cool. I would love that world, right? On a personal level. I'm the dude that hasn't like phoned in a restaurant order in like 25 years, right? As soon as they implemented you can order online, I was an early adopter. In fact, I was like, I'm never calling a restaurant again. And to this day, for takeout anyway, I will not order from a place that does not have online ordering. Even if it's the best restaurant in town, if I have to call, I'm not calling. I'm also not calling them. My name is not Colin. Was that funny to anybody but me? You have no sense of humor. It's fine. All right, so a couple of things I want to talk about. Like with this whole thing, customer service, which is already suffering, right? Already down year over year. It picked up a little bit end of last year. I haven't seen the stats yet this year, and I'm talking about as a whole, right? But year over year since like before COVID, it's been a steady downhill decline in customers' perception of customer service across all industries, across all companies, right? So, I don't know. And here's the thing about like AI bots and voice bots and chat bots and body bots and transformers and Autobots, Decepticons, right? They do make things more efficient, right? They do make things more efficient. But sometimes, a lot of the time, humans, customers, don't care about efficiency that much. What they care about is emotion. Because human beings are emotional people, by and large. You got some sociopaths out there, but by and large, human beings are emotional and they like to connect to people on an emotional level, even if for just a 5-minute phone call. Right? So, in the future, when AI has taken over everything, right, and we're living in camps, the major competitive advantage that a company could have is the ability to speak to a human being. Period. All right. So, but let's look at some stats. All right. Let's look at some stats here because we have them. Oh yes, we do. I'm gonna pop them up on the screen right now. All right. There we go. All right. So, according to the first Orion Retail Survey report, consumers still prefer talking on the phone to a human call center agent for both non-urgent and urgent issues. Now, the urgent issues doesn't surprise me in the least, right? Which way am I going? Okay. It doesn't surprise me in the least. Urgent is urgent. Talk to a human, urgent, right? A human's going to help me. Non-urgent, that one surprises me because I wouldn't do that, right? And I know I'm a source sample of one. But if it's a non-urgent issue, I think the best I would go is like a live chat service, right? I'm not picking up the phone for something that's a non-urgent issue, right? Oh, I need my faucet replaced. Let me wait on hold for a minute. Customer's perception, not reality. Okay, just leave me alone, right? I'm going to go here and I'm going to book an appointment online because it's not urgent. I don't need them out right away. My life isn't over if I don't get this thing installed because I still have the old one. It's not broken. This one's nicer, right? It's nicer. Stuff like that, right? So it's a little surprising to me, but again, I can only look at this from my perception, my perspective. That's not true. I can look at it from I'm talented. I'm talented. So, but yeah, for both non-urgent and urgent issues, customers still prefer talking on the phone to a human call center agent. So, 62% of millennials and 75% of Gen Z customers prefer self-service. So, things like that. Almost all the time. Even when they have an option of contacting customer support. This compares to 19% of baby boomers and 43% of Gen X customers who report they would do the same. So, I mean, a lot of people. Let me get rid of that. All right. So, a lot of people still, even of millennials and Gen Z or the Zoomers, they prefer self-service, right? I'm with them. I'm one of those people, right? And I don't know if I'm millennial. I don't know if I'm Gen X. I don't know. The dates change, and I'm lost in the middle. So it is what it is. But that's that, right? Older people who are more likely to be homeowners prefer not self-service. Older people who are usually more financially secure and own their own property like calling in and speaking with humans. Older people who are a major customer base haven't adopted a lot of self-serve stuff yet. Or if they have, they didn't like it and they prefer to deal with humans. That's okay. That is their choice. Younger people, by and large, statistics, not individuals, say, if there's a way to do this without talking to anyone, I will. And I like that. I like that. Now, you know the way to tell if someone's not very smart? I'll let you in on this. Okay. What I just said, that younger people like to use self-service, whoever says I'm a young person and I liked calling as a rebuttal to what I just said is not a very intelligent person, because they don't understand statistics and they don't understand percentages or numbers. All right? I'm just saying, just because I find it funny, okay? There's always one person that always does that, right? Well, I'm 60 and I like using self serve. Good for you. Good for you. But that doesn't change the fact that the stats are the stats, right? So it is what it is. All right. So another thing before I leave you here. Most respondents, 77%, said that when engaging with customer service, they'd rather interact with a human using AI in the background than a fully automated chatbot. And 22% said they were uncomfortable with a customer service agent using AI behind the scenes of a call in any way. What's AI on in the background? AI on way too many vowels. AI on in the background is like things like agent assist cards or personalization notes, things like that, right? It's on in the background. Makes it easier for the person. The fact that 22% said no to everything, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know, 22. You can't please all the people all the time. And those are those people right there. So, additionally, 39% said that talking with a chatbot or automated system is worse than talking with a real human, while 33% said it was better. While AI tools are seen as valuable for streamlining tasks behind the scenes, a clear preference exists for human customer service agents. Cogito wrote in the analysis results. Net AI is best seen as a tool to empower agents, not replace them. So, there you have it. That's this week. So, here's the thing. As things keep evolving, as things keep changing, the best competitive advantage you have is to be human. So be more so. Be more human. Express more empathy. Express more concern. Help more. It's 6:30. Why are people messaging me? All right. Anyway, that's the way it is, and that's the way it was, and that's the way it will be. So, as a competitive advantage, once again, be human. It's coming. Hey, it's day 5, only one, of Customer Service Week. How you doing? Has it been a good customer service week for you? I sure hope so, especially if you work in customer service. Because that's what this week is for. It's for all the frontline customer service people. And specifically in this industry, that would be the contact center, the dispatchers, outbound, care, field technicians, channel leaders even, right? Anybody who's face-to-face or voice-to-voice or chat-to-chat with the customer. That's customer service, right? Now, a lot of the times, customer service and customer experience are used interchangeably, and that's not remotely close to the truth, right? Customer service is a part of the customer experience, right? It has been said that customer service picks up where the customer experience fails. So, with that in mind, we are celebrating a very, very small but crucial part of the whole customer experience, of the whole customer journey. The customer journey starts with how they heard about us, right? So either through some marketing or through SEO or word of mouth or reading reviews, things like that, right? That's how they first hear about us. Something sparked their interest or we came across them, right? And how we come across their eyes is very, very important because that sets the tone, right? That sets the tone of the entire experience and the relationship with the customer. So if their first impression of us is a crazy driving van, right? Or someone in uniform or wearing a Rooter Hero hat or shirt, just being stupid out in public, right? Doesn't matter if it's a technician, doesn't matter if it's a call center agent wearing a Rooter Hero shirt. It doesn't matter what the source is. If their first experience with us was negative, chances are they'll never use us, right? Then, after they initially hear about us, is, them either reaching out to the contact center, either through voice or through digital. And depending on how the first interaction goes, we can either build up enough rapport to create a relationship or build just enough value where they become a transaction. Now, both can be good, both generate revenue, right? But which generates more revenue? The transactional one or the relationship one? And each time a customer calls in or reaches out, that is like a first date, right? Like if you're on Hinge or Bumble or Tinder. I don't know if Tinder is for dates. I'm not sure. I don't touch those things, right? So no need to. So and I don't want to touch them even if I did. But it's like a first date. Then when the dispatcher reaches out through the customer's preferred communication, right, either voice or text, that's like the second date, or at least the call the day after, right? Or the text the day after. So then when the technician goes out there, that's like the second date, right? And then when the channel goes out, that is the third date. And the third date is where the magic happens, right? So I don't know what kind of magic, but let's just say magic is involved. So, and then it goes on and on throughout the entire journey, right? So some people come back, some people we have to reach out to come back, and then some people just ghost us and never use us again. And we want to keep the ghost number very small because, well, there we go. So I want to talk about something today, after that long preamble, about customer satisfaction and customer loyalty, because they're two distinct things, right? Customer satisfaction is short term, and it is not a good indication of if a customer will ever use us again. Customer satisfaction is how satisfied they were during the initial thing, right? Their first job with us, right? Their first experience with us. It's a transactional stat, right? You want every customer to be satisfied. That goes without saying. But it is the worst stat to use when it comes to, is this person going to use us again? right? Now, it's not a perfect stat, but things like Net Promoter Score can measure more accurately if someone's going to use this again, right? The CSAT is, or customer satisfaction, really measures how many customers we just haven't upset yet, right? So, oh yeah, I was satisfied, it's fine. So, Net Promoter Score, though, that is where you can get a little bit more granular. You can get a little bit more meaning into what the customer actually felt. So, if, let's say, someone calls up a customer, previous customer, to do an NPS survey, Net Promoter Score survey. It's a very simple concept, right? And it's on a scale of 0 to 10. How likely would it be for you to recommend us to your friends or family? That's all it is. That's all the question is, and they can pick from 0 to 10. And I mentioned this a couple videos ago, right? So, but I'm going to get into it now. So, with that said, right, if they pick a 0 through 6, that means they hated it, right? They just didn't like it. Something happened where it wasn't good, right? A 7 or 8 is neutral, take it or leave it, right? And then 9 and 10, which is, oh, fantastic, awesome. So the key is, at this point, if they haven't already, if they give it 10, is to ask them to kindly leave a review and then shoot them over the link for the review site, right? Google, right? So, because Yelp is a little finicky when it comes to this. It's Yelp. What do you want? What do you want from Yelp, okay? I mean, does anybody really even use Yelp? I don't know. I haven't used it in years because I understand how Yelp works, so no thanks. So, but, you know, if they leave a 10, cool, review. So, and that combined with that score, anything over 0 is considered good, right? Because the way that I figure it out is like, it's the percentage of the detractors, the 0 through 6, minus the promoters, which is the 9 and 10, and there you have your score. Okay? Basically. There's more nuance than that, but it is what it is. So anything over 0 is good. Anything over 30 is great. Anything over 70 is your top of class. And then if you get a 100 on it, you're lying. So, or you're not doing it right. So it is what it is, right? And you take out the neutrals because neutrals don't matter, right? That's why if you're ever asking someone to rate something on a scale of 1 to 10, disregard any 7. 7 is the polite answer. 7 is the, I don't want to say anything bad kind of answer. So if you're ever asking anything from a scale of 1 to 10, if someone says 7, count that as a 1, okay? Because that's what they really wanted to say. They're just nice. So, yeah, it is what it is. But the NPS combined with things like churn rate, retention rate, customer lifetime value, and then customer feedback can help you kind of gauge what your customer loyalty score is, right? And that's what you want to strive for. You want to strive for customer loyalty. You don't want to strive for customer satisfaction, even though you want every customer to be satisfied. So, because if they're not satisfied, they're not going to give you a positive loyalty score, right? On top of those two ones, like the CSAT and NPS, what you really want is to score high on the customer effort score, right? You want to make it very, very easy for people to do business with you, right? So you ask on a scale of 1 to 5, how easy was it to do business with us, right? Or how easy was your transaction? How easy was the phone call? How easy was the interaction with the technician? How easy was it to track the technician all the way to the house, right? You want a high score on CES, right? Customer effort score. Because that, more than any other stat, is going to determine if a customer will use you again. You want to make it frictionless. You want to make it convenient. You want to make it so easy for the customer to use you that they will. And if there's another company that maybe even charges more, but it's more difficult to do business with, chances are because of the convenience factor, people are going to reach out to you. So make it really easy. Make the experience all the way through incredibly easy. Dumb it down. Now on the back end, right, you can have as many complexities as you want. You probably shouldn't have many, because the more complex it is on the back end, the more complex it automatically is for the customer, right? So keep things simple. So that's the key. There's an old saying called "keep it simple, stupid," and that one is a good saying. I don't like the use of the word "stupid" in there. Who am I kidding? I don't mind it, but it's keep everything simple, and things will be simple for the customer, which makes it'll be simple to make money. All right. So, and that's what you want, right? Don't silo things, right? You shouldn't have a bunch of departments that only do one thing, right? Anybody should be able to give a refund of a certain amount, right? Everybody should be able to deal with an escalation up to, let's face it, their pay grade, right? So, this, that, and the other, right? So, but the crux of it is make it as easy as possible. And those drivers of disloyalty that I talked about a couple days ago, stay away from those. If you stay away from those, it's going to make your job a lot easier, and your CSAT, your NPS, and your CES are going to go up, right? And that's what you want. So, to recap, customer satisfaction, literally just a measurement of how many customers you haven't made upset yet, right? Incredibly transactional stat, right? It's an important one, and people attest to it. It's not the most important one. NPS, even with all of its flaws, is better than CSAT. But the king of customer service stats is the humble customer effort score. How easy it is to do business with you. Because there's 3 things that people look for when they're dealing with a company. One is, let's face it, price. Okay? Now, price can be superseded by these other things, right? The second thing that people look for is speed. How soon do they answer the phone? How soon do they get someone out to my house to fix my need, right? And then the third one is convenience. How easy is it to do business, right? And that's all you need to know, right? So in ascending order, CSAT, NPS, CES. That's all you got to know, right? Are these surveys perfect? No. No survey is perfect, okay? And that's something that people have to get through their heads. Because there are certain kinds of people that take surveys, right? And these people are either very, very positive people, or they're very, very negative people, right? That's why when you're looking at reviews, there's a lot of 5 stars, barely any 4, barely any 3, barely any 2, and then 1 stars, right? That's all you have to know about who leaves reviews, right? Either very positive people or very negative people. So then there's those jerks that like, well, nothing's really 5 stars, so you get 4 star. But those people are rare, thankfully. So if you ever want to know how you're doing customer service wise as a company, all you have to do is look at those surveys, and then things like churn rate, retention rate, which is the flip side of churn, right? Customer lifetime value, and then customer feedback. So that's all you got to do. You know what? This has been Customer Service Week. I hope you had a good one, because I sure did. This is my favorite time of year. This is my non-religious Christmas. So, happy Customer Service Week, and we'll do this again next year, God willing.